And once again, I just want to say good evening and welcome to the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce's 109th annual meeting. We are thrilled that you chose to join us tonight. We have a great night planned for you this evening as we recognize some of our top leadership, introduce new board members, engage you with an outstanding guest speaker, and honor the Citizen of the Year.
Good evening. I am Cinnamon Trokin, the 2018 Chamber Chairman, and I'd like to begin the program by thanking our annual meeting presenting sponsor. The Miller Coors Trenton Brewery has now provided stable employment for its employees for 28 years. In addition to supporting their employees, they are dedicated to being a positive contributor to the communities that encircle them while ensuring they produce the highest quality products in a safe environment for the enjoyment by all consumers. They brew a portfolio of great tasting beers, including Coors Light, Miller Lite, and Miller Genuine Draft, while maintaining a strong commitment to environmental sustainability, including the protection of the Great Miami Buried Valley Aquifer. Please join me in thanking presenting sponsor, Miller Coors. Pursuant to the bylaws of the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, the nominating committee has filed its report for the trustees, which is in your program. The following trustees are being elected for a 3-year term. Please stand when your name is called and hold your applause until the end. Rich Bethart Printing Solutions. Hold your applause until the end. Terry Bucco, Cox Media Group, Ohio. Sammy Broyles, Great Miami Valley YMCA. Tommy Long, Lemon Grenade Creative. Okay. Do I have to say hold your cheers until the end as well? Chris Motley, First Financial Bank. Ryan Stitzel, ODW Logistics. At this time, I would entertain a motion to elect this slate of trustees. Thank you. Do I have a second? Somebody? Yes. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Congratulations. Now, if you would please join me in welcoming the following newly appointed members of the Board of Trustees. Again, please hold your applause and cheers and any remarks until the end. Deborah Campbell, Flourish Home. Dave Jersick, Basil 1791. Brett Kirkpatrick from Community First Solutions. And Nick Ziffel from Graydon. And now to introduce our officers for 2019. Jason Crank, United Heartland Insurance Agency's Chair. Marnie Durham, Butler Tech, First Vice Chair. Ryan Stitzel, ODW Logistics, Second Vice Chair. Rick Demmel, U.S. Bank Treasurer. And myself, Parrish Markham and Trokin Company LPA, Past Chair. And finally, I'd like to invite the entire 2019 Board of Trustees to stand and be recognized. They say the time flies when you're having fun, and that is certainly true of my time as chairman. Standing at this podium 1 year ago tonight, I remarked that Greater Hamilton stood poised on the precipice of even greater things. And I challenged myself and the other attendees in this room to spend the rest of 2018 improving our relationships with one another, finding creative solutions to our problems, and believing in possible things. I dared to hope that we would continue telling our story, telling Greater Hamilton's story with joy and the expectation of a passionate response. Well, I can confidently report that the results of our collective efforts this past year have left me shook. It has been an honor and a privilege to watch our community move forward, open new doors, and do new things from my vantage point as chamber chairman. And I cannot wait to see what is in store for us under the leadership of our incoming chair, Jason Crank. Many of you know Jason and are familiar with his commitment to family, work, and service. Jason was born and raised in Hamilton, where he resides with his wife, Katie, and 2 children, Libby and Colin. He is a graduate of Stephen T. Baden High School and the University of Toledo. In addition to his busy career as partner of United Heartland Insurance, Jason is actively engaged in our community, where he most recently served as the president of the Hamilton Rotary Club. And after a year of herding those cats, this gig should be a breeze. Charming and humble, always willing to share a laugh or lend a helping hand, Jason is perfect for this role. Please join me in welcoming your 2019 chairman, Jason Crank.
Thank you, Cinnamon. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I've never, ever once been called charming. I guarantee that. Can everyone hear me? I'm supposed to eat the mic tonight, right, Katie? Okay, Cinnamon, thank you for a great year. You and I are friends. We've known each other for a number of years. You're professional. The leadership you provided over the last year has really helped this chamber. We have a great group of people. Thank you for your leadership. And here's a little gift and a token. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. How do I follow Cinnamon Troken? I have no idea. Thank you again for coming out tonight. This is a great event. We all have a really good time every year. We take care of a little business and we have a little bit of fun. I do have a few thanks, though. Unfortunately, we have a number of members going off the board this year. And if you could stand, and I will ask you if you'll hold your applause. I don't know that you will listen, but I will ask you to hold your applause. Ron Smith. Ron, American Printing, a division of One Point. Rob Weigel, Weigel Funeral Home. And Mark Zellner from Community First Solutions. Thank you all for your help this year. And not in attendance tonight, we have 2 outgoing board members, Sarah Vallandingham from Sarah's House, and Kelly Williams with Fifth Third Bank. So thank you, Sarah and Kelly. Really appreciate it. It's dedicated community servants like you all that help get things done around this. So I've been told I have just a couple of minutes, so I have just a couple of minutes. And as a lead into this, following our illustrious past chair, Cinnamon Troken, I was having drinks the other night with a friend of mine. She knows who she is. And it was mentioned that, in the conversation that I had to say a few words tonight. And she's like, wow, I remember Cinnamon's speech last year. It was just amazing. I mean, it was so dynamic, and it brought me to tears, and she had it memorized, and I'm like, you're exactly right. It was a great speech, one of the best ever. So I'm going to ask you all to please lower your expectations for the next 2 minutes. You have to promise me that. So thank you again, Cinnamon. You do a great job. Just a couple of minutes here before we get into the program. I am honored to be the chairman of the Hamilton Chamber this year, Chamber Board this year. I look forward to working with Dan, the Chamber staff, and all the board members to help continue the positive momentum we have in this city. These are exciting times in the city that I love, and I've lived my entire life here. We are all witnesses to the renaissance that's happening in Hamilton right now. Thanks to the top-notch city leaders and staff we have, a fantastic community foundation, entrepreneurs who've put their money where their mouths are, and many, many engaged citizens in the 17 neighborhoods that we have in this city, Hamilton continues to make a name for itself as a great place to live, raise a family, work, and have fun. Now, I know that's easy for me to say. I've spent my whole life here. I've raised my family here. I conduct my business here. However, this energy and vibe goes well beyond our citizens and lifers, as we like to call them. The word is out, and the excitement is real in the city of Hamilton. Just drive past North 2nd Street, right down the street, or Municipal Brew Works any night of the week, you've got a crowd of people every time. How about the Village Parlor ice cream parlor right on Main Street that opened 3 weeks ago? You can't get in there. It's exciting. Flourish Home, what a great place. Sarah's House, Henry's Candy, which is my son's single favorite place on this earth, without a doubt, and it's close second for me. Look at what Citizen of the Year Pastor Shack, who you're going to get to see here in just a little while. Look at what she's done the last few years. It really is exciting, and this excitement in the city is real. So thank you for everything. Let's keep it up. 2019, big year. We're going to see many positive developments in the city of Hamilton this year. Businesses in the Markham will start to open up. There will be continued development and retail expansion on Main Street. There will be more residential and office spaces coming to downtown and coming to Main Street. And of course, the development of the Spooky Nook site is a huge thing for this city. We're all excited about that. It's a big year ahead of us, okay? So I guess you can probably see that I'm pretty excited about my city and about being a part of this Chamber of Commerce. This chamber is a support line and a catalyst for big, small, old, new, young businesses in this city, and helps them not only prosper, but to manage the growth that has continued in this city. It's a big deal. And thank you to Dan and the Chamber. They're just a fantastic group to do this. In closing, and I'm at my 2 minutes, in closing, I believe that we all have a responsibility in this room tonight. A responsibility to not be just the witnesses that we've been over the last couple of years, but to be active participants. Shop local, eat local, and spend your free time and lots of money locally. It's important. That's our responsibility, and together we can do great things in this city that we all love. Thank you very much, and really appreciate it, and have a great time tonight. I think we're like 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Spend that 10 minutes to go to the bar or walk across the street later to Municipal Brew Works or to Danny Connaughton's place down the street and spend some money locally. You've got a great city here, so have some fun. Okay? Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this opportunity. So, I have the high pleasure of introducing our president and CEO, Mr. Dan Bates, to come back up. Mr. Dan Bates.
Thank you, Jason. I'm really looking forward to working with you this year. But I do want to recognize this past year, working with Cinnamon as my board chair. It has been a true pleasure, and it has been empowering. And I appreciate your energy, your support, your sound advice, your encouragement this past year. Thank you. Tonight we celebrate the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce that has been an effective business support organization for 109 years this coming April. Established in 1910, that makes this chamber one of the oldest in the state and one of the oldest in the nation. As we reflect on our history and celebrate a very positive 2018 with financial stability and membership growth, we are also constantly reevaluating our effectiveness and value to our members. We set high goals for ourselves this past year, and we achieved with great success. We are embracing the anticipated challenges as a team. It is a team effort, and what a team we have. Would the chamber staff please stand for a moment? Tammy Walton, Tiffany Grubb, Nancy O'Neill, and Laura Merrill. This is a team of smart, dedicated professionals, known internally as the BABs or the BABs. If you don't know what that stands for, ask them, and they will be glad to share. They designated that title for themselves. I am so fortunate to have this talented, outspoken, and creative group as my support. Over a year ago, we began to reposition ourselves with an updated logo that continues, and that we will rebrand each of our individual initiatives and events early in 2019. Last year, we created a brand new event, Hamilpalooza, which was launched exactly 1 year ago at this dinner. First year out, it became one of our most successful events. Not only was it a financial success, it opened doors to new relationships and larger circles of influence. Hamilpalooza for 2019 is already in the works, and registration is already occurring, and this event will be bigger and more exciting than before. This year, we're making another new announcement. Launching in February or March is an exciting outreach called The Conversation. I'm not going to tell you all about it, other than this is a conversation that you just can't miss. We will be utilizing our latest Microsoft technology in order to create compelling business dialogues between hundreds of people at the same time. This leads me to my next point, and that is our position as an organization. The exciting pace of economic development that is happening in Hamilton is creating a future we could not have imagined only a few years ago. Energetic and creative entrepreneurs are being drawn to our city, and we as a chamber need to be ahead of the curve, anticipating needs and trends, not reacting to them. The Greater Hamilton region and its business community are on a very exciting journey, and we are working diligently to maximize the benefits of the journey for all of you, our members. Along those lines, and something new for us, we have another exciting announcement that as of today is confirmed. Working with several business partners, including the city, a big part of that partnership, we have negotiated a 2-page center spread promoting Hamilton, the city, to the audience of Hamilton, the play. The 63,000 copies of Playbill will feature why people should come to Hamilton for arts, dining, shopping, and doing business. The targeted demographics include all of their markets, but the top 3 are Loveland, Mason, and Westchester. We feel this is an unbelievable opportunity to position our city to a very lucrative outside market. So, for 2019, stay tuned. Pay attention and get involved, because whether big business or small, we will be doing exciting things this year to inform, educate, advocate, and motivate. Thank you. Now it gives me great pleasure to thank our event sponsor, Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital, and invite Tom Urban to the podium, President of Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital North Market, for brief remarks and to introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Dan. He emphasized brief remarks, so I'll keep it short. But it is truly an honor and a pleasure for Mercy Health to be the event sponsor. We've been the event sponsor for many years. Mercy Health began our journey in Hamilton, as many people in the audience know, with the Sisters of Mercy coming to Hamilton in 1892. So we've been part of this community for a long time. Things continue to change, not just in healthcare in general in Hamilton. We've heard some of that tonight, but at Mercy as well. We always have been the largest health system in the state of Ohio, but in the fall we merged with Bon Secours Health System out of Baltimore, Maryland, to become the 5th largest Catholic system in the country, with 43 hospitals and over 57,000 employees. So while big is often better, it still comes down to taking great care of people who come to us for care. So the mission of Mercy, to improve the health of the communities we serve, continues to be paramount, and that continues today. We've got many points of care throughout Butler County. Obviously, Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital has been around for many years, serving the community as well. When I came here in 1993, Nancy and I, we were welcomed by many of you in the audience tonight, the city of Hamilton, people in and around Hamilton, having our welcome reception at the Fitness Center, doing our business luncheons at the City Club. Some people might remember that. We used to come to what was known as the Hamiltonian for happy hours. Thank goodness there were no cell phone cameras back then. Local hospital administrator, you know. And while today, you know, talk about build the wall, back then was build the highway. You know, it was a connector. 129 was a lot of activity in the city to get us connected to 75. The city has grown so much over the years. You all know that. Many people in the audience tonight are part of that, making dreams, ideas, and plans become a reality to really improve the quality of life for all of us that live in and around Hamilton. It's been so very impressive. So tonight for me, it's really a double bonus. Not only do I get to talk a little bit about the organization that I love and believe in, but I also get to introduce our keynote speaker tonight, and Greg Crawford, Dr. Gregory Crawford. Mercy Health and Miami University go way back as well. Our physicians have been serving the community of Oxford for over 40 years. And more recently, Mercy Health has a relationship with Miami that extends not only to take care of their student athletes in intercollegiate sports, club, intramural, rec, but even more exciting than that is our relationship. We call it an academic affiliation. As some of you in the audience may know, Miami University, at the graduate level, undergraduate, and of course on the regional campuses, have dozens of health service-related degrees and curriculum that are very impressive. And when people ask me, what do you worry about most as you look into the future as a healthcare professional been doing this 40-some years, it's the workforce. We have the baby boomers like me getting older, therefore the healthcare needs and demands continue to increase. So the need for not just doctors and nurses, but all sorts of support people continue to grow. And that's where an organization, a university like Miami and its regional campuses really step up to the plate. So it's with a great honor tonight that I get to introduce Dr. Gregory Crawford. He is the 22nd president of Miami University that began in July of 2016. For 8 years prior to joining Miami, Greg was at the University of Notre Dame and served as the dean of the College of Science, and then as vice president and associate provost. From 1996 to 2008, Dr. Crawford taught at Brown University, ultimately serving as the dean of engineering. With a doctorate in chemical physics, raise your hand if you have a doctorate in chemical physics, from Kent State. He is also an entrepreneur, very impressive. He has holding 21 U.S. patents or patent applications. And as I looked at that list, half of them I really couldn't pronounce very well. Very impressive. He is an advocate for inclusive excellence, diversity, innovation, and of course, entrepreneurship. And although he's a native Buckeye, he's also an avid bicyclist, but it's avid with capital A-V-I-D. And you may have to correct me if my facts are wrong, Greg, but you've crossed the country, I've heard, at least twice? I'm sorry, 5 times, ladies and gentlemen. He has ridden his bicycle across the country, so I think that qualifies as avid. But he does so for a cause, and he may speak to it in his remarks tonight, for Niemann-Pick disease, which is a neurological disorder, as well as breast cancer, raising over 1 million, probably more than that. But we are very honored tonight to have Dr. Gregory Crawford as our keynote speaker, and it gives me a great pleasure to introduce him to you tonight. Dr. Crawford.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Well, thank you, Tom. That was a very nice introduction. Before I get started, I wanted to share a story with you that just happened. Being a university president and going to many events, you can have awkward moments. And I had a little bit of an awkward moment tonight. So I'm sitting at my table, eating and minding my own business, speaking with my new friends, and I get a tap on the shoulder. And the gentleman behind me says, "Sir, did you drop something?" And he gave this to me. I got to show you this. It's a comb. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And my wife will not believe this story. Oh, it's going to be hard to go on. But anyway, thank you so much, Tom, for the wonderful introduction. And thanks to all of you here tonight. Congratulations to all of the companies, the organizations, and the people that make the city of Hamilton and Butler County such a wonderful place to live, work, and play. And congratulations, Pastor Shack, for your tireless work on behalf of the citizens of Hamilton and a powerful model for all of us in servant leadership. Hamilton is a special place. The partnerships and collaborations, the community leadership, and the spirit of innovation energize this community. And I'm truly honored to be your keynote speaker tonight. I've seen the power of collaboration and leadership and innovation as a professor, as an entrepreneur, and as an academic leader. And I want to share with you tonight what I have learned about the power and the positive impact of collaborative and innovative leadership over the past years. But before we get started, I wanted to show you a short video clip that I found on YouTube that'll set the stage for the talk.
And now it's Bill Holland coming in on pits in car 3. Bill Hills from Philly is going in second place and hoping to take the chicken flag here today. And the fuel goes in. Having a bit of trouble with that wheel nut. Everybody's standing by. The driver getting refreshment now. Also getting updates on the track surface. This guy is super keen to get back out there on the track. And there he goes. All the guys are lined up, ready? And there it is. Quick contact. The fuel goes in. Everything ready. And up it goes.
Well, I thought that was a perfect way to start off my remarks tonight. It's a clear example of the difference teamwork and innovation can make. Here are 6 points I'd like to make tonight, which I learned about collaborative leadership and innovation and innovative leadership. And first, I have always found that collaborative leadership starts with virtue. The individual members of the team need to exercise virtues of empathy and humility and respect, and practice them requires a lot of courage. As Maya Angelou said, courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Virtues are making their comeback in our time as well. A recent book by Edith Hall recommends Aristotle as a self-help guru. Can you believe it? Because the ancient wisdom has a strong track record for fostering thriving communities. Second, collaborative leadership requires purpose. The leader must instill shared purpose in the team members. And as Simon Sinek, as you may know, the author of Start With Why, says, great companies don't hire skilled people and motivate them. Great companies hire motivated people and inspire them. Leadership must uphold a vision that is better for the future, and inspiring and motivating unites in the energy of a diverse team. And at Miami, our purpose is to inspire and empower those we serve to make a positive impact in their field and in our communities and in our world. Third, collaborative leadership requires entrepreneurship, my passion. Leaders must have the mindset to see possibility and seize opportunity. They can imagine the future before others can. As Tony Robbins said, people who succeed at the highest level are not just lucky, they're doing something differently than anyone else. Leaders must be able to translate ideas into action, to bring discovery and innovation to the public for economic and societal benefit that uplifts everyone. And now, let's get to the innovative leadership. First, innovation requires diversity, and team members must be like-minded to move forward as a team, but not so like-minded that they reject individuals and opinions. And Malcolm Forbes said, "Diversity is the art of thinking independently together. An echo chamber of ideas is no place to discover new possibilities and connections. There must be a diversity of perspectives. And at the same time, the members must relate to each other as persons who hold shared goals, a commitment to mutual respect, a willingness to assume the best intentions for each other." And second, innovation requires creativity. The team must expect that things will change. As Albert Einstein said, we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. And progress means that the future will not look like the past or the present. It'll be better. And for the team, this means questioning and critical examining of current practices. And for the individual, it means checking your ego at the door and being open to the contributions of others, leading to something better than was initially imagined. And third, innovation requires getting to yes. And as Winston Churchill said, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So a team must conduct appropriate due diligence, but it must also focus on possible obstacles that can paralyze them. And innovation does not come from a dwelling on why something might not work or why we can't do it. It comes from the careful deliberation followed by creativity, optimism, courage, and bold action. So you can see this kind of leadership in and about this community in Hamilton and Butler County. And one such historic collaboration is Mercy Health, our sponsor tonight. Mercy was formed by 4 brave orders of Catholic nuns who come to Ohio to serve communities that need care. It now anchors one of the nation's largest and most successful Catholic health systems. I love the entrepreneurial story and the leadership of these nuns. And collaboration, it's collaborative leadership, it's innovation, and of course, it's a little prayer. That picture's great. You like that, Tom? It reminds me of my first grade teacher, the intrepid Sister Mary Denise. So, well, let's take Miami downtown as an example in the Hamilton Center, a collaboration of Miami University and our community partners that opened up in 2007. It has been a hub not only for our students and faculty and staff, but also our broader community of neighbors in Hamilton and beyond. From jam session to poetry slams, and I'm not sure what poetry slams are, but current events to roundtables and the Butler County Commissioner debates, all are welcome to participate. This space builds community and enhances dialogue and camaraderie. A third example, each September, Miami Regionals hosts Citizenship and Democracy Week. This week includes our annual naturalization ceremony and on-campus court proceedings. Everyone has their favorite event, and this one is mine. I feel so proud to embrace those new citizens who share the American dream. Citizenship and Democracy Week works only because of the extraordinary support we receive from so many community leaders and so many community partners. And I must also mention the collaborative leadership of Dr. Teresa Conover, an associate professor of criminal justice at the Miami Regionals, who conducts research in the German Village neighborhood. With leaders from the Hamilton Vision Commission, German Village Associates, and the Hamilton Police Department. The research is on perceptions of safety, crime, community engagement, and satisfaction with police. It gives public officials real-time data on how citizens feel, and it gives Miami students real-world experience on how to apply their studies. Miami University's connection to Hamilton are deep and strong and deeply embedded. There are many members of our university community who proudly live and work here in Hamilton, and I am particularly grateful for the leadership of Dean Kathy Bishop Clark, who couldn't be with us tonight, for all of her energy and enthusiasm advancing these partnerships right here in this community. And as one final example of a collaborative and innovative leadership, one need only look across the river to the former Champion Paper site. Soon, a vacant, deteriorating structure will be transformed into Spooky Nook, a vibrant sports and convention complex for organizations, athletes, and their families. This achievement was made possible through collaboration between businesses and government, community and nonprofit organizations, and local leaders who came together with vision, innovation, a willingness to think differently, and act courageously. In conclusion, we are here tonight to celebrate our collective achievements, largely the fruit of dozens of these types of collaborations. At Miami University, we are committed to empowering all of our partners in Hamilton to advance. Tonight, I challenge each of us to reach out to new partners. Find an organization or a leader you haven't engaged yet, someone not yet at the table, a small business, a fledgling entrepreneur, a faith leader, a teacher, a community organizer, or a concerned citizen full of great new ideas. Energize them, and for their good and for our good. Finding those people and those ideas is the spirit of partnership and collaboration that drives our community to even greater unity and accomplishment. So tonight, we celebrate all of you. Congratulations to each one of you. You have elevated and uplifted, you have energized and empowered, and you have identified your purpose and advanced your vision, realizing that success is a team sport and that unity is what makes this community so successful. As the Japanese poet Satoru said, individually we are one drop, and together we are an ocean. Well, tonight, Hamilton, we are that ocean. Congratulations to everyone tonight.
Thank you, President Crawford. Really appreciate your time. And it's hard to even imagine the impact that Miami University has in the region. The other mic. Thank you again. Really great speech. And the impact that Miami University, both here in Hamilton and Oxford, has on this community and this region is very important. So thanks again. I really appreciate it. Senator Coley, we bring Senator Coley up for a proclamation.
Pastor Matthews, one of the great jobs you get as a senator is you get to meet the best people in the world, and a lot of them are right in your own backyard. And Pastor Matthews, we just wanted to say that thank you for everything. It's not enough, but thank you for everything you do to make our community a better community to live, work, and raise a family. And on behalf of Senate President Larry Obhoff and the entire Ohio Senate, we thank you for your work here, and we look forward to many more great things to come. Thank you.
Well, now you know who won the award. This is my, no, thank you very much. This is my favorite part of the night, and before we get into this, and I introduce Kyle Nagel with Cox Media Group to talk about Pastor Shack, one of our good friends. I want to introduce and recognize a few folks in the audience who are past recipients of this honor. Introduction, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient Dave Ballou. Thank you, Dave. And previous Citizens of the Year, Jackie Parrish. Jack and Shirley Moser. And Bill Wilkes. Mr. Wilkes, Bill Wilkes, congratulations. Thank you. That is the table of past recipients. I'm going to introduce Kyle Nagel. Kyle is with Cox, Ohio, and he's going to start the program of the Citizen of the Year, of course. Kyle?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I would look a little better, but Dr. Crawford unfortunately stole my comb, so I was unable to prepare myself appropriately. My name is Kyle Nagel, and I'm the editor of the Journal News, and I'm particularly pleased to be here for this part of the session because we've heard a lot of great things tonight, but I and my colleagues are storytellers. And the best thing that we can have to tell a good story is a good person. And I just had the first opportunity. I've been on the job just a few weeks. I'm new in my position, so I'm learning a lot. And I just had the first opportunity to talk to Pastor Shack on the phone the other day. And what a wonderful person to receive this award. And I was looking over some of the past people who have received this award. Great company, great opportunity. So one of the things that was hard about defining what to say about Pastor Shack is knowing what does she do? Because she does so many different things, as I learned. So she graduated from Hamilton High School in 1998 and then lived in Indianapolis for a number of years. But she wanted to return to her native community to help the things that are happening here. She has launched the Pastor Shack Job Mentoring Youth Program at the Booker T. Washington Community Center. She founded HYPE, the Hamilton Young People Empowered. She's also been working with a Cincinnati-based organization called Street Rescue that helps many parts of that community. And she is most especially the pastor of the Truth and Life Community Church. In nominating her for this award, her husband wrote that Pastor Shack, quote, is warm, kind, loves Hamilton, and believes that Hamilton is an amazing place to be. And I think that's important because it's the people who are the most passionate about their communities that can really contribute the most to it. Here's another thing I think that is really important. When our reporter, Mike Rutledge, for the Journal News, wrote a story about Pastor Shack and the award that she received, here's what she told him. To hear that kind of news was keep pushing, Shack. It's a very encouraging, very motivating to hear that. And I think that's kind of a lesson for all of us because even the people who are doing the most and contributing the most, once we recognize them, that's motivation for them and it's motivation for the rest of us. So tonight we're celebrating certainly one of those people. Now there's a video prepared, if we could turn our attention to the screens to help celebrate Pastor Shack.
I've been bit by the bug. I can't stop. I love the community. I love the youth. And to be a part of change, that's what I'm here for.
But we are blessed to have Pastor Shack in Hamilton, Ohio. Any city, village, or town would love to have her as a community leader. You know what? She could actually take Washington, D.C. by storm, I believe. She would knock down those walls of partisanship because that's just the way she is.
What she does for the community is really, really genuine. Things that she would never tell you is that, she puts her own resources into making a lot of the projects that has happened. That is what's important to her, is making sure that the kids that she supports, that they know that they can count on her.
HYPE is the umbrella for everything, but we have the Pastor Shack Job and Mentoring Program. That's our 8-week summer program. We also have Books and Barbershop, where that's a program where we have at the barbershop, kids can come and get a book and a free haircut. Then we have the HYPE Open Gym, so just all kinds of great things that we're doing with the young people.
We're going into our 4th year this summer, and so that means a lot to us, that we're still moving, we're still going.
It warms your heart, because sometimes kids can be kind of just like, them and their phone and, kind of like parents, adults. So the fact that they even acknowledge me as an adult and think I'm somewhat cool, they help me, stay relevant and stay cool and understand Snapchat and all that different lingo and stuff. So I just appreciate that they even acknowledge me and trust me as an adult.
My life is better because Pastor Shack is in it. She taught me a lot of great things. Like one, you don't have to be like everyone else. You can be yourself.
She is a life changer, and I'll say she's also a city changer because she has changed the city in a lot of positive ways.
I mean, we had kids when they start just in the 8 weeks, you know, some kids come in and kind of like, okay, what is this? Mom, sign me up, I'm kind of just here. So, you know, what they say, Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like, they're just kind of here. And then after a while, it's like second week, third week, it's like, kind of like this program, kind of like these kids, kind of like that lady that wears a pink shirt every week. It's pretty cool. So then it becomes a thing of like, they don't want to go home. They don't want to leave. It's like, kids, it's 2 o'clock, we're done for the day, and people are still hanging around. They're still, you know, grabbing last minute snacks and, you know, and hugs as you go out the door. So you start to see that kind of stuff happen and relationships being built. That's why we don't just stop at 8, it doesn't just stop at 8 weeks for us. It's you have a lifelong mentor. This face, I'm with you for life.
And so what we've done is, you know, we reached out to those kids and, you know, throughout the year. So this isn't just in the summer for us, it's throughout the year.
She talked to me, like, whenever I was having trouble, I came to her and she gave me good advice about things I should do.
And the mission then was, again, to make sure that our youth had an outlet, had a way to express themselves, and to be empowered with life skills and again, realizing who they were and, you know, being their best self.
Say she's counseling and mentoring a 15-year-old right now. In 10 years, that 15-year-old's going to be 25. Then you hope that that 25-year-old takes over that mantle of mentoring younger people. So it's a generational effect. She's having a generational impact.
We're just getting started. We just scratched the surface. We're just getting moving. We're just baking. I mean, like, goodness gracious, we're excited about this. This is what I go to sleep with, and this is what I wake up with, and this is all the stuff that I text my husband. God bless his heart.
Everyone, my great pleasure to introduce the 2018 Hamilton Citizen of the Year, Pastor Shack. My pleasure, absolutely. Here you go. Thank you. Say a few words.
All right. Woo. H-Town, stand up. Hamilton, wild idea. Who would have ever thought that we would be in this room and we would look over and we got Spooky Nook going in? Come on. If I had to take a few words from Tina Turner, I'm not a singer, but never in my wildest dreams. What? Never ever have this feeling. Come on. So yes, indeed, I had to take a page out of Tina Turner's book. But no, this is super exciting. That video, I was terrified because listen, me and my family, we are a reality show. We are a reality show. We are, you would say, what they got, Atlanta Housewives. We are a Hamilton, not house, but we are definitely, goodness gracious, we are a reality show. It's quite a treat over there. But I love them. I thank my family for being here. My mom, my husband, Brandon, my mother-in-law, my sister, Toy, my brother, Jason, my boys, David and Davin Matthews, my peeps from the program, Dariana and Londale. It's so great to have them in the building. My aunt, in the building, so many people that that are here that love and support me. I am so excited, the city that supports me and all the projects and the different things that we have going on. It's just amazing. Thank you to the Chamber, Journal News, for even and just being nominated for this award is something else. I promised myself that I would enjoy this moment, and I have. And I am enjoying myself just talking to so many people. So please make sure you get a picture. I want to take pictures and really capture this moment and just be in the moment, because so many times you are, you know, you're busy trying to get to the next project and get to the next thing that you don't enjoy, and you don't literally stop and smell the roses, and you don't realize how awesome and how precious life is. And I told myself, I said, I'm not going to cry when I get up there, so I'm not going to take a tissue. But doggone it, when I think about, and you know, when I think about how exciting life is and how precious it is, and I'm so excited to be here, and I accept this award, just, you know, just so thankful to God to be here and be a part of the kids' lives, and you know, and them and the parents that trust me to be around their kids and just be there. And I would be just remiss without just saying that I'm sad that my brother's not here to share this award with me. But that's why I do what I do. That's the reason why the new mission of working with street rescue is very important, of taking community guns off the street and safe, and making sure that the kids that we mentor, that they are able to live, work, and play, and live in a safe neighborhood no matter what your address is, no matter what side of the river you live in, on the tracks, that you have a safe community to walk, to go to the local store. So I have to say thank you to all those that poured into my life when I went to BTW, and I used to go there as a child when I went to the boys club, and Miss Deb would grab me up and deal with me and my attitude and set me straight. Come on, listen, I was not that kid. I was that kid that challenged you. So I'm thankful for those people that I do the same thing. Now I find myself, I see the kids out and I pull over, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? What are you up to? You know, and I'm making sure everybody's getting home safe. But listen, I don't want to get up here and ramble, but I'm super excited and thankful to everyone that has ever given any amount of money to help this program. Anybody that's ever gave a moment of their time to help me with the programs. I'm so thankful for my mom that listens to all my ideas, my husband that listens to all my ideas. I mean, he's terrified to get text message from me when he's at work. I'm telling you, because it's always like, Brandon, I think we should do this. What about this? So I'm super excited to be in this room with so many great people. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Kathy Klink. Thank you to everybody that is here that bought a table, a ticket. Thank you for everybody in my job and Vision Partnership family. Stand up. Listen. So I'm just excited. You know, so as you know, again, I'm just excited. Thank you to every board that I'm able to serve on and that feel like I have something to add to that. BTW board, food pantry, all of the boards that I serve on. Listen, I'm just super, super excited. Listen, but I just want to continue to challenge. Let's continue to work. Let's continue, because listen, this was once a wild idea. And here we go. We are sitting in this thing. We are standing in this thing. And there's so much more on the horizon. This is just the beginning. And then if I had to close with a song, it would have to be from Dirty Dancing. I had the time of my life, and I never want this moment to end. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Pastor Shack. You're fantastic, and we love Pastor Shack because she is not afraid to ask anyone and approach anyone for what she believes in. So that means a lot, and you've done great things. So thank you very much. Very well deserved, and that was, you know, how do you top that? So one more time, Pastor Shack. Thank you. Okay, thank you all once again for coming. I get to close the night out unless Dan has something else. No? Okay. We've got some very important thanks to make here. Of course, Mercy Health. Tom, thank you very much for your annual meeting event sponsorship. We really appreciate Mercy Health. Presenting sponsor, Miller Coors. Thank you, Miller Coors. And also the following sponsors: Butler Tech, First Financial Bank, Fort Hamilton Hospital, LCNB National Bank, U.S. Bank, couple more. Our production sponsor, Tech Services. Lemon Grenade Creative is our supporting sponsor tonight. And also, thanks a few more. We have the Journal News, Noonan's Party Supply in store for the wine on your tables. Thank you, Noonan's. TV Hamilton, thank you, Steve and group. We really appreciate everything you do. And Courtyard by Marriott, you know, what a great job tonight. This is a lot of people, so thank you very much. You knocked it out of the park. On that note, thank you for spending your Friday evening with us. We've had a great time. Next year, you're in even better hands with Marnie, who's sitting right at the Butler Tech table. So thanks for all you do. Pastor Shack, congrats again. Stick around. Have a good time, everybody. Meeting adjourned. Have a great night. Thank you.